Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Siti Nur Aulia Fahmi with student ID 20400123029 from English Education Department Class A 2023, Faculty of Tarbiyah and Teacher Training at UIN Al-Udin Makassar. First of all, I would like to say thank you to our lecturer Dr. Kaharuddin SIP M.Hum for guiding and teaching us this course. I make this video in order to fulfill the assignment of physical linguistics subject. In this video, I'm going to explain several questions related to speech production and semantic knowledge. Let me begin with the first question. Let me begin with the first question. In order to be able to produce speech, the mind goes through steps. What steps are they? My answer is the mind goes through three primary steps to produce speech. It starts with conceptualization, where an abstract idea or intention is formed. This is followed by formulation, where this idea is translated into language through word selection and grammatical structuring. The process culminates in articulation, where the plain utterance is physically spoken. Next, the second question is what the humans need in order to be able to function the text. My answer is humans require linguistic competence, which is a foundation of specific knowledge types that correspond to each text. For the conceptualization text, semantical knowledge is needed to formulate the message meaning. The formulation text depend on semantical knowledge to choose words and construct grammatically correct sentence. Finally, the articulation text utilizes phonological knowledge to convert the sentence into the sequence of actual pronunciable sounds. Now the dear question is, do you agree with saying the conceptualization needs semantic knowledge? Why? My opinion is, yes, I agree, because conceptualization fundamentally requires semantic knowledge. This text is essentially about crafting the meaning of message itself before any words are chosen. Semantic knowledge allows a speaker to decide on the situation to convey, understand the fact involved, and determine which aspects of the message shall be emphasized. Without this knowledge of meaning, there will be no coherent idea or attention to express in the first place. Moving on to the fourth question. What are the functions of semantic knowledge for conceptualization? Semantic knowledge serves to plan the message content and focus. It helps determine the overall speech art whether to ask, request, or explain, and identifies which specific fact to highlight. For example, a child seeing a cat, a mouse use semantic knowledge to conceptualize the event. She decides to text will happen and must choose what to focus on, leading to different sentence formulation like highlighting the cat. the cat coughed the most, or the action, the cat coughed the most. After that, let us continue with the 5 questions. What do you know of semantical microplanning and semantical macroplanning? My answer is semantical macroplanning involves selecting the overall type of speech to achieve a communicative goal, such as deciding whether to ask a question or make requests. For instance, you might macroplan to ask for a pen. Meanwhile, semantical microplanning deals with the finer details of the act, like choosing which element to emphasize. Following the example, the microplanning will decide whether to focus on the action. Can I borrow a pen? Or the object, do you have a pen? Finally, the sixth question is if conceptualization takes place in the brain, which part of the brain runs the function? Conceptualization, along with formulation, is primarily managed by Wernicke's area in the brain. This area is responsible for the pre-linguistic processes of generating concepts and selecting appropriate word and grammatical structure. For example, when you think of telling a friend about your day, Wernicke's area work from the idea or plan the sentence. Once this is done, it sends the information to Broca area, which then handles the motor command for articulating the speech. Okay, that is all my explanation about the steps of speech production, the rule of linguistic competence, semantic knowledge, micro and macro planning, and the function of the brain in conceptualization. Once again, I would like to say thank you very much to our lecturer, Dr. Kaharudin S.P.M. for guiding us in the course and for giving us valuable knowledge. Okay, I'm sorry if there are still many mistakes in my explanation. Thank you for watching my video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.